Yep. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday we learned about basics of routing. So we learned client-side routing, how it works actually, with a simple example. So we created the client-side routes. React Router DOM. React Router DOM is the library that we are using. Now, next important in this router DOM library, some components we discussed like browser router and routes. We have a route and we have one exam. Another one is link and outlet. These are the basic components required. What is the job of browser router? Browser router translates the virtual DOM related routes to the actual DOM. Right? And routes is a collection of routes, and individual routes are defined by using route. Navigation is managed by using link, and where to render the result is decided by using outlets. Outlets still we haven't used, we will see that. Last session what we learned is how to create simple navigation, how the application starts, and how user can request what he wants. Writing the path, rendering the content, these are the points we learned. We designed a simple example like this. So we created a simple example. This is the example we are having. So npm start. So our application will start with one component, and that component is app. So this component will render the UI, and by default, if anyone not requesting any content, automatically one component will be rendered. That we have learned wildcard routes. Two wildcard routes are there. One is slash, another one is asterisk. So you selected some route, the route related data will come. We have two options. We can render any element, or we can render a ready-made component. So in home, men fashion, woman fashion, what we done is we created some markup directly. But in weather and in login, already components are there. On click, we are accessing them and displaying them. Weather will get the weather APIs, and login will get the login. These we created with a simple navigation. What is the key role of routing is In single page application, user can stay on only one page and can access everything onto that page. So now in the routing, so many topics are there, so many concepts are there. First, after understanding the basic route, now we will implement others. We will see the other concepts, how they work. Last session example is this. We created simple routes navigation and handled it. Now next, today we will see some more concepts of route. So in the routing, today we need to understand about route parameters. Yesterday we learned basic routes, and in route another important concept is route parameter. So how the route parameters are defined and how do we access them? Actually, what is the purpose of route parameter is it allows us to carry data from one component to another. Not only that, it allows us to query any content directly from the URL. We can query any content directly from URL. For example, generally in your JavaScript, if anybody asks a question like, in JavaScript, suppose we have two pages. So this is page 1 and this is page 2. We have two pages. In JavaScript, if anyone asked you like how to transport data from one page to another. In one page, we have some values. We need to use them in another page. Then what is the solution? How to transport data from one page to another page in a web application. Why it is a important question? Because the question is important because the pages that we use on HTTP are stateless. They automatically delete the memory after the page completed. So memory of one page is not accessible to another. Then how you transport the data from one page to another? Actually, there are so many techniques. In your JavaScript, you can use a query string. You can use a query string. By using query string, we can transport data from one location to another. So query string is one majorly used concept of transporting data. You can also use session storage. You can also use local storage. You can also use cookies. You can use all these techniques of transporting data. Transporting data from one page to another page is done by using these techniques. Already, I hope you people learned it. In JavaScript, everybody learns these mechanisms, right? So this query string, how it carries the data, query string is nothing but what it will do is whatever data is coming from page 1, it will add into the URL with a question mark and a key and a value. What happens? Another page will collect that value and use it because it is in address bar of browser. Na? In the browser, pages will change, but browser URLs will keep the data. From that data, we can access and use it. From that URL, we can access the data. If you modify the data in the URL, then it automatically updates in this location. This is one technique of transporting data from one component to another, one page to another. Actually, remember we learned use state, use context, use reducer. Context is not available for second page if the second page is running independent. When context is available? When the second page is running inside page 1, then context is available. If it is separate, then context is not available. Then usually we need to transport data using query string. Query strings are not safe. They give the clean key and value that users are using. What is the key? What is the value stored inside the key? Everything is accessible through query string. So now what is advantage is routing will use the same technique, but it makes the data very simple. Querying will be very simple. Instead of showing the keys, it will just pass the values. And that is possible. Instead of query string, we can use the concept called route parameters. You can use query string also. Query string, how to use, I will show you. Instead of query string, we can use route parameters. Route parameters are simple and makes the querying very easy. For example, actually this query string concepts you will already learn in JavaScript. No need to show that. And how to collect query string and all in JavaScript you will learn. Suppose you see, I am having some HTML pages. So let's say, just for your understanding sake, web. So there is a search page, search.html page. Actually, this is a search page. And we have a result page. I'm just showing you the first concept here, result page. Now in search page, we have a form. In that we have a text box. Input type is text. Placeholder is your search string. And we just added some button. Search. Form method is get. Form action is it should send to result.html. And what is this concept? Text align. Align is center. So size is some 40. Okay. Actually, the point here is that is the search string. Okay. And name is like search param. Search key. I'm just using search key. You see now, generally, this is a simple HTML example. In your HTML JavaScript, what you do is, in this page, you entered something. React.js. I am searching for React.js and click on search. In HTML, we designed in such a way that it will submit that to the result. It is navigating to result through form action and it is passing data here in the address bar. Now I can access the data from here and use it. Generally, how you access query string and use it. In JavaScript, how to access query string. In JavaScript, suppose I want to access the query string, then what we do is on load, that means on body load, we will write a script and here we will write a function body load. In body load, we have to use actually str is equal to. So we have URL search parameters. URL search parameter location dot search. Location dot search is going to get the query string. JavaScript have a location object. Location search is used to get the query string in JavaScript. And what it will do, it will separate the keys and values. Actually use search parameters. It is a map type. It is a map. Map means what? It will get a key and a value. So what we do here, str dot get. What is the key name? Key name is search. What is the key name? Search key. That means I am accessing search key. Search key contains what the word they are searching for. So where to display this document dot query selector in the paragraph inner HTML, we want to display that. Then it should display what they are searching for. That means in our previous page, we are searching for, suppose we are searching for JavaScript tutorials. And when I click on search, it will get that and show. So we are transporting data from one page to another, and we are able to collect the data in another page. Actually, what you can do directly in the URL, you can pass search equal to some React.js. Then automatically it will get that. This is how we generally allow querying any content in a page. How to transport data from one page to another. These are JavaScript techniques of transporting data. Now, this query string is complex because the query string have a key and value. It is not safe. It is it is easy to hack your data because everybody knows the keys, what you are using. Then in the modern web designing, we use routing technique where we can reduce the complexity in querying without showing the keys. We can just allow to pass the values. Actually, earlier without routing, suppose it is like this. Amazon.in. In that I am searching for, I am having a page called some products page. Sample I am giving products.html or ASP, JSP, PHP, something, some server side technology. In that products question mark, category is electronics, means I am searching electronics. ampersand. In electronics, I am searching for a category. In that, we are searching for product is what? Product is mobile. In that mobile products, we have like brand is equal to some brand like Apple. Earlier, the query used to be like this, very lengthy. Even today, we will have such queries in websites. Now, suppose, do you know, if I want Apple mobiles in electronics, I can write like this in the address bar directly. But remembering this is very difficult. Knowing what keys they are using, what values they are using, we don't know what keys they have. But now with routing, this is simplified. How routing will make the URL is https://www.amazon.in, in that slash electronics, in that mobiles, in that Apple. Now the URL becomes like this. Now the URL becomes like this. It is more simple, more clean, and it is easy for user as well as SEO also, search engine optimization. That means the URLs can be very clean. Now these are called route parameters. Earlier we used to do that by using query string. Now the query strings can be replaced with route parameters. Remember, we can use still query string along with route parameter, because only route parameter is not enough sometimes. We have to use query strings also. React supports both of them. You can use route parameters or you can use query string. What is the purpose of route parameter? They allow to transport data from one component to another. Here one component to another. Another one, they allow us easily query the data in the component. In the component, whatever you want, you can query directly from the address bar, that you can do. Now, how to design a route which will allow parameters, how to collect the parameters, and how to use them. That means in HTML, I showed you, we send parameters through a form. We collect the parameters by using a method. What is it? URL search parameters. That method will collect the query string, and in that query string, whatever parameters are there, it will provide like a map. We access then use it. If you already learned JavaScript, you know the technique how to collect and how to use it. This is JavaScript. Now in React, the same thing we can achieve by using what? Route parameters. How we can define the route parameters? Let's see. First, what are route parameters? Web application uses HTTP as protocol, which already we know. HTTP is a stateless protocol. In multi-page applications, data can be transported using transported from one page to another by using query string. Query string is a key and value collection appended into URL and stored in browser address bar. Appended into URL and stored in browser address bar. So syntactically, that means it will be like this, as I showed you already. Products.asp JSP question mark category electronics and some product mobiles like this. This is query string. Query string is appended using question mark character. Multiple keys are appended using ampersand. And query string is complex and not much SEO friendly or user friendly. SEO friendly or user friendly. So in modern web applications, you can use route parameters. You can use route parameters. So how to configure route parameters? A route parameter is configured in route path. A route parameter is configured in route path. How? Syntactically, we have a route, we have a path. Suppose in the path we have products slash colon category slash colon product. Like this, we can pass any number of parameters. Element is some element. This is how route parameters are passed. Route parameters are defined. That means, what does it means? Now, whenever user requests products, it will not open. Whenever user requests products, it will not open, because every parameter is mandatory. It is mandatory to pass every parameter. That means the parameter values are defined as a part of URL. Parameter values are defined as a part of URL. How they are defined? HTTP :/ some we have localhost 3000, and what is the path name? /products. In that category is electronics / mobiles. Like this we can do. That means actually we can pass the parameters like this. Now what happens into the categories? This will be stored. Into the mobiles, this will be stored. But the keys are not shown to users. Only values are shown. That means under which key electronics is stored, under which key mobiles is stored, general people don't know. Only developer knows the keys behind them. Earlier, we used to show the keys also. Earlier, we used to show the key and value both. But now it will have only values. It will have only value. That means you cannot see the key. There will be no key. Okay. Now you configured the route and you are passing the value. How to collect and use them? That means in a products page, in products component, we have to access these two parameters and use them. In JavaScript, what we do? URL search parameters. That is a method used to collect the query string. Query string is collected by using a method called use search parameters. How here we can access? So the route parameters can be accessed from URL by using use params hook. By using use params hook. So we have a use params hook. By using that hook, we can access the route parameters. Actually, syntactically, we have let params is equal to use params. That is the hook. Now, what is the params? This params is an object that contains key and value. That means what use params will do? It will collect the route parameters and it will store in params. So what is the params data type? Params data type is a object type. Object type means it will contain a key and value. And what is the key name? Key name is this. Value name is this. Understood? The key name is this and the value name is this. So that means params reference is an object type with the key and value references, with keys and with key and value. So generally, how do we access params dot key name? Key name is actually what is the key name? So we have params dot, what is it? Category. So what this is going to return? It return what? Electronics. We have params dot product. It will return what? It will return mobiles. Like this we access that. So how to define route parameters and how to handle them? So first, let's test this. That means first we will test, then we will implement in one example. So first we will test how the route parameters actually work. So I will create a simple component here. In the components, I will add a component params demo, and I will add a new file, params demo.what.jsx, and export function params demo, and return. We will create a simple interface, and here let's see how to handle the parameters. For this params demo, we need to, if I want to access from the route, it should be configured in route. Let's go to the routes. Here I am adding the route. Make sure that the wildcard route is last, always asterisk is last. So route path, I will give the route path as products. That is the route path. So which element it should give? It should give params demo. Params demo it should render. But now I am expecting this products to take some parameters. How to define the parameters? /:. I am expecting a parameter called category. Okay. /:. I am expecting another parameter called some product /:. Any number of parameters like that we can give. I will give brand, something like this. That means now products route is expecting 3 parameters. Other routes they are not defined with any parameters, but products is expecting parameters. Okay, let's test it now. This is the heading, products. I will just give products. Okay, now in the address bar, if anybody search for what products, hit enter, it shows not found. Why not found? Because this route path is expecting parameters and every parameter is mandatory. You know, JavaScript function parameters, every parameter is mandatory. You cannot skip the parameters. How many parameters it is allowing? It is expecting 3 parameters. It is expecting category, product, and brand. Those 3 parameter related values you need to pass. Then only this route will work. Okay, let's pass. In the address bar, I am passing. Category is electronics / in the electronics, product is mobiles / in that Apple, like this, and hit enter. The products is working. That means you cannot access the route until or unless you match exact request. If route is not expecting parameters and you are passing parameters, it will not found. Route is expecting some parameters, you are not passing, it is not found. Route is expecting 3 parameters and I passed only 2, it is not found. Every parameter is mandatory and every parameter have order dependency. Means in the same order you have to pass. That means I will give here /Apple. Now that is fine. Now what is our job? Collect those values and tell them what they are looking for. Suppose in this component, currently which component is coming here? Parameter demo component is coming here. So in that component, we need to collect these parameters and use them. How to access the parameters? If it is query string, in JavaScript, I showed you how to collect it, but route parameters to access them. So In this params demo, we have to collect the route parameters. For that, we need a hook. What is the hook? Use params. Use params is a hook of React Router DOM. Now in this use params, we will create let params is equal to use params. It will automatically collect all the parameters in the route. Okay, now just we need to present them here. I will say that you are searching for, I need to put here params dot, I want to say brand. Brand is a key na, right? So you are searching for that brand brand. I will give here category, brand category, or say brand related. Okay, I need to get another binding expression, params dot product. Product is another parameter. Okay, in I will give another params dot category. I will put the word category. I just written some sentence. That means now what you see, it will show that you are searching for Apple related mobiles in electronics category. That means it is going to collect these route parameters and display them. That means this Apple we are accessing and showing here. This mobiles we are accessing and showing here. Electronics we are showing here. Anywhere you can show. Now user changes here, enter. That means it is empty. Suppose now I am searching here products slash first category name. Category name fashion. Okay, slash subcategory. Some kids. So, and I given jeans like this. Now enter. It is going to display that you are searching for jeans related kits in fashion category. Related to kids in fashion category. Anything. Our job is just collect the parameter. If any one parameter is missing, the route will not work. So 3 steps are there. How to configure the parameter, how to pass values, how to collect them and use them. Let's implement in an example now. This is not example, this is just syntactically I showed you how to configure the parameters and use them. So this I will give just as a syntax based example. What you have to do, first point, yesterday's example I posted. In that some changes you have to do just to test. What is that? Add a new component, and that component is params demo. That is the component .jsx. Params demo.jsx. Here I will put this code. That is the first step. And second, what you have to do, go to app.js and add a new route. Add a new route. Where to add the new route and how to add, I will copy that. Into routes, already some routes are there, you add the new route. Right. So how do we configure the routes? Now, how to collect it already I showed you. Only one point what you have to do. Make the following request from URL. So this is the request from URL. This is like what? So products, electronics, Apple, something. I will copy that. I will put it here. That's what we are defining. This is the request you make. Then automatically this will work, right? This is just syntax example to understand how to write the parameters, how to collect the parameters, and how to use the parameters. So this is a simple approach. Now let's design a complete example using this mechanism. That means we will create one example. First, we will create using our existing APIs. Like we have fake store API, something we will use it. Later, we will use our own data. Because last session I showed you, we can design our own JSON server and we can handle the data. So first, we will see how to use an existing one. So a complete new concept we will do here. What we have to do is, I will remove all this in the app. App is in the startup. Now I am cleaning up everything. So I will delete all of them. Okay. App is empty. There is nothing inside the app. So what we will do now is, we will first plan one design and we will try to execute the design. So what I want is, when anybody opens our application, localhost 3000. When anybody opens our application, so yeah, http://localhost 3000. Then what should happen is, when anyone opens this, in the first screen, it should show a list of all categories it is having, what products it is having. So it should show electronics. It should show like what fake store is having, like jewelry. Fake store is having like men's clothing, like this. Whatever categories are there, those categories should come here. That means this is one component. In the component, we will show all the categories. Now, important, user must able to select a category. That means user will click a category. Suppose user clicks on jewelry category, then what should happen is, in another component, only jewelry products must come. Here jewelry products. All the jewelry products must come. 1, 2, 3, whatever they are. Now, what should happen when user clicks on any product? That product related details should come. That product related details should come. That means product details should come. What is its cost? What it is? Its photo, its ratings, reviews, everything. That means I need 3 components. In one component, I want list of all categories. When user selects a category, I should move to next component. In that component, I need to show only that category related details. And from there, When I select any product, only that product related detail should come. So I should navigate from 1 to second, second to third. Now tell me what data I should carry from this component to this. What data I need to carry? When user clicks on electronics or jewelry, what should I carry to second component? I should carry the category name na? Which category they selected, I should carry the category name. That means we should carry category name. Now from this list of products, when user clicks any product, that product detail should come. So what should I carry? I should carry every product is identified with a unique ID. Every product is accessible with an ID, not by its name. Because name can be common for several products, but a unique ID is required. When user clicks, an ID must be passed. We should collect the ID and we should display that ID related details. So we need to transport category name and we need to transport the ID. So this is the basic concept we want to implement. Let's see how to do this. And for this already we have data in Fake Store website. We can try that Fake Store data and use it. After that, we will use our own data also. Let's put the Fake Store data and design this. So how many components you need? 3 components we need. Okay, let's go to our project. In that, for easy understanding, what I do is in the SRC folder, I will maintain a separate folder called Fake Store. I will maintain a separate Fake Store folder, and in these 3 components I need. So first, what component? First component is actually home component. That home component will display all the categories. That means Fake Store home dot what JSX. Export function Fake Store home. Okay. And return. Here we will keep a simple header. Fake Store home. Okay. How to collect all the categories and show, I will give you. First we will design the simple interface. Okay, one more component we need. After Fake Store home, in Fake Store home, what you are planning to show? All the categories. And when user selects any category, that category related product should come. So we will add another component, Fake Store products dot what JSX, and I will give the name as Fake Store products. Okay, this is Fake Store products. Later we will change the titles. Huh? Okay, next from products, I must able to go to the detail of that particular product. So one more component is required. What is it? Fake Store what? Details dot JSX. So in Fake Store details dot JSX, I will use Fake Store details dot JSX. Okay. So this is ready now. Now our application start with which component? App. In the app component, we need to implement the routing. So to implement the routing, what we have to do, just I will keep a header and I will just keep a heading, that is Fake Store. I will just design the basic functionality. Designs, colors, effects we can do later. Temporarily text center, and I will give padding 2, and I will give a border and border 2. So that's enough. This is actually margin top 2. Okay. That is the Fake Store displayed at the top. Just we have a fake store. And when user opens it, initially all the categories should come. So what we have to do, we need to create all this in a router now. We have to use what? Browser router. In browser router, header is there. Okay. After that, below the header, we will have a section. And in this section, we will display the components. So here we need to create what? Routes. What is the first route path? The first route path is, if the route path is slash. If the route path is slash, that means if user is not requesting anything, then what we have to do? We need to add the route also, okay? If route path is slash, which element we have to render fake store home, am I right? Fake store home should be rendered. If the request is nothing, by default fake store home should come. That means you see default fake store home have to display here, right? And what is it? It is having some page. Fake store home is having fake store home now. Acha, in the address we have just this one. It will get the fake store home. Now what should happen is, we need here to display all the categories. What are the categories available in fake store? We need to show them. Okay. In fake store home, here we need to display all the categories. So I will give here some heading. Okay. And how to display the categories here? You know how to bring the categories. What is that constant? What is it? Categories. What is it? Set categories. Set categories is use state. It is an arena. Okay. And use effect indicates on mount. On mount, what should happen? On mount, we will use Axios dot what? Get. Get from where? https://fakestore.api.com/what? Products/what? Categories. Products/categories will return all the categories. Okay. Dot then collect the data response, and set categories is what? Response dot data. Okay. All the categories must be shown here. And I will do one thing. We will use an unordered list. In this, we want to display categories dot what? Map. And map uses a category. For every category, we need to create a list item. List item will have a key, category, and the value also category. And you can see all the categories name will come here. And what I will do here, the category name, I will put to uppercase. Uppercase. It will convert the categories into uppercase and show. I will use class list unstyled. List unstyled means it will display the list, it will remove. And what I will do, for every list item, I will put a class. Margin Y as 3, W as 25, BG color as dark, text as white, and padding as 2. Then obviously all will come like this. That means we are displaying all category names. All the category names are displayed like this, right? That is the basic. Now I want this clickable. I want the category names clickable. Electronics clickable, jewelry clickable, men's clothing clickable. I want to make them clickable. And when I click, they should navigate from here to another component. Which component? So from home, they should navigate to fake store products. Na? That means you should design a route for that. What is the next route we are expecting? Next route, we are expecting a path called products. But products is expecting a category name. Products is expecting a category name. That means it should show only the products that belong to category. So what is the parameters? How to pass parameter? /: I will give category. Category is just category name. And which element to render? We have to render fake store products. Fake store products we have to render. Okay. The path is ready. I should make them clickable. How to make that clickable in fake store home? This word must be clickable. And when clicked, I should navigate to some other place. Then what to do? You make it like a link. Am I right? You make it like a link. That means you configure like a link. What is the link text? The category name. That means these are links now. These are links. Actually, what I can do is, instead of writing the background color, text white, padding 2 and all these here, what I can do is I can make this link itself as button. BTN dark W25. Then they look like a button. They look like a button. And what we will do, we can make them clickable now. And when user clicks on it, its name should be transferred. That means when user clicks on it, it should navigate to, we will put a dynamic, we will put a string. It should navigate to which path? It should navigate to which path? Products. But the products path is expecting category name na? / category name we have to pass. How to pass the category name? Dynamically, the category name comes from which one? Category. That means the category that you accessed, that category will be passed into this path. That means now what will happen here? I click on electronics, then the products will go. And you see electronics is passed. Into the products, the electronics is passed. Now here one more point is there. That's what we need to learn. From here again I need to go back na. From here again I need to go back. Then what to do? Let's go to the fake store products. Here I need to put a link. Okay, it is back to what? Products. How we can navigate to slash na. Navigate to slash means it will navigate to the home. Okay. Now you see back to products, it will get back to the home. So you click on men's clothing, it will get to the fake store products, and back to products, it will get back to the products here. Now one more concept is there. That means here a lot of work is there. When I click on jewelry, all jewelry products must come. All jewelry products must come. So how we can get all the jewelry products? Currently, which component is loading? The component products component is loading. Products component is loading. What is the parameter? Jewelry. We have to collect the parameter and display only the products that belong to it. So how? Let's go to the products. Here I have to collect all the products that belong to that category. That means what we are expecting constant, what we are expecting products, and what set products is equal to use state array of objects. ID is 0. title is string, category is string, and the price is number. I'm expecting what data I'm expecting, I'm writing here. Image is also a string, and the rating is an object with have rate, number, count also as number, and it is having one more called description. Description is also a string. This is the data that product is having. All the data we are defining there. Okay. Now how to collect the route parameter? To collect route parameter, I need params na, is equal to which one? Use params. By using that, we can collect the route parameters. Okay. Now what we have to do? Use effect. That means at the time of mounting the component, I should collect all the products that belong to that category and display. So what we have to do? Axios dot what? Get. Get from where? http://fakestore.api.com/what? Products/what? Category/category name. It is coming from params dot what? Category. Because in the route parameters there is a category key. From that key we will collect the value. And what we have to do? Dot then. It will get only that products. Response, what we need to do? Set products. What is it? Response dot what? Data. Now those products I will display here. I will do a simple thing. I will use dflex and I will use flex wrap. Okay. In this, I need to display all those products, just a summary, like a small thumbnail and some detail. So I will design like a card. I will design here. We have to read for what is it? Products dot what? Map. You read every product, and for every product, I need to generate one card. For every product, I will put a key. Key is product dot what? ID. For every product, I will apply a class as card. Margin 2, padding 2, something I will give. And here, every card will have a card header. Card header. In the card header, I want to display image. How to display the image? SRC is coming from product dot what? Image. And we have class as card image top. Okay. And every card will have style. So width of every card will be just 150 pixel, small thumbnails like we will give. Okay. Now what should happen here is all those products will display in thumbnail. I will keep a standard height for the image also. Height for image is some 150 pixel. That is height for all images will be same. So 100 pixel is simply enough. Now I go back to the products. It will get back to the products. I click on electronics. Only electronic products will come. And I click on back to products, it will get back to the products. I say men's clothing, only men's clothing will come. That means it is accessing only the data that you are looking for. It will get that and display. Now, I want here below every card, I will put a div. And for every div, I will put a class name, card footer. In the card footer, I will put a link. I will put a link. This link name will be like details. And here I will use class btn some primary, and suppose I given like what else I can give for this is bi I fill something like this. And you see this will be displayed like this. That means for every product we given details. Now when I click on this details button, the detail of this product should come. The detail of that product should come. That means these are the products we are having. It will get the products and show. And when I click on this details, the detail should come. Now how do we handle this now? That means on this click, another component should come. That component is fake store details. And what fake store details have to do? It should display details of only this product. That means we need to send this product ID na. So you are expecting in app, we are expecting another path. What is it? Route. What is the route path? Route path is what? I am expecting route path as what? Details. Into the details, I am expecting only one parameter. What is it? ID. Now which element to render? We have to render fake store details. This element we have to render. Here now another important interview question will be there. Interview questions, in interviews one very popular question is, what is absolute path and what is relative path? That is a very popular question. Even for general web designing also they ask this. Absolute path and relative path. Actually, absolute path means it is an individual path to access any resource. Relative path means it is a part of existing path. That means already there is some path, in that again some path. Then it is called as what? Relative. Relative. That means I will show you. For example, we are accessing a page.html. Page.html we are accessing, and suppose in that there is a products. So mobiles, Apple, like this we are having. Now what I want is, so up to this page, that is one path. And in that products, mobiles, Apple, this is actually relative to this page. Am I right? They are relative to that page. That means this path is relative to this page. Every page have its own relative path. It have its own relative path. I will show you clearly here what is absolute and relative example. What happens is, for example, we are having products. In the products / category, category name is what? Some electronics, like this we given. Now what happened is, you created a link. It will link to which path? Details, and in that we will pass 2. Then do you know what will happen when user clicks the link? This path will add to existing path. It will add to existing path. Existing path means what will happen? It will put a slash and it will get what? Details / what? 3. But I don't want to add to existing path. I have to delete this path and I should add only this path in the main URL. I don't want to add to existing path. That is possible when you are using child. That means if you are accessing details inside electronics, then it is okay. But you are not accessing details inside electronics. We are moving from electronics to details. That means we are not accessing a component inside component. We are using it separately. Then if you are using inside, then you can configure as relative path. If you are using independently, then you have to just do one thing. What you have to do is, you have to write the path as /details and /3. What is the meaning of this slash before the path? This indicates it is an absolute path. Absolute path means remove any existing path and set this as new. Relative path means keep the existing path, add this to that existing. That is good when you are designing child routes. That is not good when you are designing individual routes. Individual routes should be always using which path? Absolute path. Child routes must use relative path. So we will see lot of examples there. Now see what happens here. When user clicks the details button, I should go to details and pass the ID. So let's go to the products details button. This is the details button. It should link to what is the URL? We have to use what? Details. We have to details slash. I need to pass the current product ID. How to get the current product ID? Product dot what? ID. It is going to pass the ID. Observe carefully now here. I click on details. When I click on details, it is not getting the details. Why it is not getting the details? This details is added to existing path. But actually, how we designed in the route, we designed separately na. We haven't designed inside. You know, we can design inside also. Next level, we will learn about it. That means what we do, actually the parent route is having path. What is it? Products dot what? Category. Roughly I'm giving category. In this, we have another route path. And this is what? Details. This is what? Details slash ID. Roughly I'm giving. That means this is a child path which is inside the parent path. Understood? In that case, you can just directly pass it. Otherwise, if you are separately using it, then what we have to do in the products, always you have to preside with slash. Any path starting with slash is considered as absolute path. Absolute path. You see now what happens now? I will go back. I click on details, then only details will come. And in details, we need to show details. We haven't designed anything. So what we will do, go to the details page. And here in the details page, we will change that. What we will change, we will put as product what? Details. We will change the product details. Here we want to show those product details. Which product details? I need to access this ID na? Right? How do we get the ID product details and display? You already know. Same data we need na? Same data we need. I will go here. We will configure. What is it? Use, constant. What is I am expecting product? And what is it? Set product is equal to what? Use state. I'm expecting a product type data. The product ID, name and all. I will use another one, LET params. What is it? Use params. I have to collect the ID na parameter. Okay, next what? Use effect when it is loaded. What should happen when it is loaded? When it is loaded, what should happen? We need to use Axios dot what? Get. http:// fakestore.api.com/ what? products/id na. ID is coming from where? Params. ID is coming from params. Params.id. Then we have to collect the response and we need to set product. Set product response dot what? Data. Now that product details we need to display here. I will just use any interface, data list, data term. Here I will display title and data definition. How to get the title? Product dot what? Title. Another data term is suppose price. I will put data definition. Here we need to get product dot what? Price. And I want to display an image here. Image. That means SRC is coming from where? Product dot what? Image. And the height of the image is some 300. Okay. And here width class W25. 25 is enough. Okay, now these are the product related details I am giving, and you see those product details will come. That means the product detail is displayed here. Its image and option it is showing there. That's what we are displaying. Now, important is we can show a lot of details. I'm just giving only these details. So from here they need to go back now. Go back to which one? Go back to products. Actually, they have to go back to products. But products is expecting a category name. Huh? So what we have to do, we need to create a link. In the link, we have to say back to products. And how do we get back to the products? It should link to slash. I will give here. Yeah, slash what? Slash products slash category name. How to get the category name? Product dot category. That means when I say back to products, it will get back to the products. So here better I will give not back to products. Here I will give the word as back to categories. Huh? Back to categories. That means when I say click here, it will get back to the categories. I'm selecting jewelry. Jewelry products will come. I click on detail. The product detail will come. Get back to the products. It will get back to the products. I selected another product. The detail will come. And we are going back to the categories. Get back to the categories. It will get. Actually, we can access details directly from a URL request also. That means in the address bar, what I do, slash what details slash suppose 8. Then it will directly get me the 8th product details and show. I can directly request what I want from the URL. Just if I know the path, I can do that. Suppose I am requesting for 18th product, then it will get me the 18th product and show. Get back to the products, it will get back to the same category. And we go back to the details categories, it will get that. This is a simple navigation, how we can navigate from one component to another, how to transport data from one component to another. That's the navigation we are going to do. So this you need to try. All this example I will give to you, you have to try. So I will copy these examples. So this is an example of what fake store. Fake store. So in this, what I have done, one is add new folder, fake store into SRC. After that, add following components. What are the components we have? Fake store home dot what? JSX. Fake store home JSX. And the code of fake store home is this. And another one, fake store products dot what? JSX. Fake store products code is this. This is the fake store products. We know we need another one. What is it? Fake store details dot what? JSX. Fake store details JSX is this. Now one more we need. What is that? App dot what? JS. In app.js we need to create all the routes. This is app.js. That's what we need to implement. So if you can try this, now in the next step what we have to do is, when I click details, the details of this product should come here only. It should not come in a new location. It should come there only. That means inside the route, again route. This is called nested routes, or we call them as what? Child routes. I don't want in a new place. I want in the same location. Then how you will bring that component and show inside the component? That you can do by using child routes. We call these as what? Nested routes. That we'll see in the next session, how to handle that. First you try this. In the next session, we will learn how to handle the child routes. Okay. That will continue in next. And one important next session will be again on 19th. I am not available for 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. I am leaving out of station, right? I will not be available for 2 days. You will not have session. Again, our next session will be on 19. Only my sessions, right? Will be on 19. Next, we will again meet on 19. Okay, right. Thank you.